think before you post. This next YouTube video is about defamation of character on social media, and I'm guessing any online platform. My job here today is to affirm and dispel all the theories that you and I have about defamation of character online. Like if it's considered to be defamation of character if you tagged in a post, if you like a post, if you retweet a post, if you just share something on social media or online. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first theory is, can a social media post get me in trouble? And the simple answer is yes. And I need you to remember that defamation is the wrongful intentional publication of information that may injure a person's reputation, good name, or status. So anything wrongful that you put out into the public, in any form that can hurt someone's reputation or good name, that person can then sue you for that. So the second theory or question that a lot of people ask is that can you be liable for defamatory statements that's made in a post that you immediately tagged on, even though you didn't like the post or you didn't comment on the post? The question is yes. The answer, to that is yes again. It's the very famous 2013 court judgment in which, funny enough, a person's wife was writing defamatory statements about her husband's ex-wife. And the ex-wife obviously sued them both for those defamatory statements, and the judge held that both the wife and the husband should be held jointly and liably responsible for those posts, because that post came to the attention of the husband, but the husband didn't do anything to refute those statements. So he was liable for that too. So it's just a lesson for people with wives and ex-wives that you just need to watch out that nothing crazy happens behind your back. Because if you tagged in that post, my brother, you liable too. So the third question or theory is that can you be held liable for fake news that you may retweet or post or share to other people? And the answer to this is yes and no. There's always a method in which you reshare information or share or post information, and you got to be very cautious on how you do post and share information online, and make sure that you make people aware that these are not your own words, but words that you've got from other people, and you're just letting them know of these words. I've seen people put it in their bios and their social media accounts or whatever. I've seen people put it in a hashtag to make people aware of these things. So just always be aware of that whenever you share something on social media, that if it is fake news, that you covered. So yeah, the last thing that I want to talk about is whether or not someone can be held criminally liable for posting a defamatory post online or on the internet. And the answer to that I have is yes and no. So there is a famous court case, they call it the Ho-Ho case, where a person was held criminally liable for a defamatory post that was posted on the newspaper, and the person did do a couple of years in jail. However, that was decades ago, and that was on the newspaper also. I'm open to be corrected, but I haven't seen any court case where a person has been convicted and subsequently imprisoned for a defamatory statement. So the law does empower the states to go after you criminally for a defamatory post. However, it has not been done, and I don't see it being done anytime soon. So, but having said that, if you look at that case where the lady, I think her name was Vicky, where she said kafir like 30-something times and she was in prison. So I guess if you say something racially charged or something online or something that really hurts someone, then they could open up a criminal case for you. So don't try test. So yeah, the first thing that you need to do if you're a victim of defamatory statements is get proof of the defamatory statements, whether you take a snapshot or whatever, but make sure that you have proof before you start to proceed action against that person. Once you've got the proof of the publication of the defamatory statements, you can then approach a lawyer or whatnot, and the lawyer can do several things, but one of the things that the lawyer can do is that they can assist you with an interdict. And basically what the interdict will do is that they'll stop that person from posting those defamatory statements and get them to take it down, get the courts to assist you to take it down, number two. And the second thing is that they can get compensation for you for those defamatory statements, because as I said, that these defamatory statements, they impugn or they hurt your good name and your status and all those types of things. So that can be assisted. But one of the challenges that people have is that it's hard to find the perpetrator. And what's been suggested in the case Rath versus Reese is that the courts can actually force a service provider to give the personal details of a person in order to find the perpetrator. And this gets tricky because all websites, if you watched my video about 5 tips to protect your online business, all websites have privacy policies. And the privacy policy clearly states that the private information of a person will not get disclosed. But however, this court case says that in an exceptional circumstance, the websites or the ministers of the website will be forced to disclose a person's private information. I don't think this would work with like social media. I don't see a judge in South Africa forcing Twitter to give away people's private information. But yeah, it's one of the things that have been suggested. The second challenge that a lot of people have is that a person will make a defamatory statement on a big platform, and the question that's been asked is that can the platform not be held liable too? Because you'll find that the perpetrator has no money. And it has also been suggested in another court case that the platform in which the defamatory statement was made on could also be held jointly and severally liable for any award that you get against them. So that's another thing that you can suggest to the lawyer, whoever you appoint to, who's going to assist you in this case, to be able to get the platform also to cite the platform and to cite the perpetrator in order to make sure that you get these defamatory statements. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I hope this video helps you understand the importance of making sure that anything that you post online is thought through and you think before you post, because defamatory statements can come with big consequences. I mean, if you make a defamatory statement about a businessman or someone in the public, that could potentially be millions that the person will miss out on because of your remarks, and they can sue you for that too. So you need to be very careful in the way that you word things and even the information that you put out, because the question that's going to be put to you is that you have evidence to back up these allegations that you're making. And if you don't, then unfortunately the person will probably be successful in suing you for defamation. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the vid. It's been a while. I've been like 3 weeks since I've dropped the vid, so yeah, maybe this is the start of the momentum again. But anyway, ciao.